Hey everybody, welcome back. The moment is finally here when we get to check out ROBOQUEST in full-blown VR, and I must say that this is absolutely freaking amazing. It looks super crispy, and I'm telling you right now, this is the newest and best way to play this game. And if none of you have ever played ROBOQUEST before, I haven't, but was able to test it a little bit early thanks to Impact Labs here. And I tell you, if you haven't played it before at all in flat screen, now is the time to do it. This game, you're basically playing a robot where you get to go through hordes of enemies, collect things, and it's all about the upgrades and the weapons area. You get to choose from different characters here. Got a little bit of a spoiler for one character I've unlocked. We're just going to go with the base character. Each character has its own little specs, I guess you could say. And it's really all about collecting the weapons in this Borderlands style type game. So let's go ahead and hop in here. We have an awesome map that's on our right wrist. We also have our life on our left, and I just can't tell you enough how awesome this really works and how easy it is to play in VR. You know, a lot of ports are usually pretty garbage most of the time, but this one really stands out, and I just can't believe how great it is. It's really addicting. Really, you're just trying to make it as far as you possibly can with leveling up and then being able to choose new weapons and things of the like here. So it is a little bit long on the loading times, at least for me at the moment, but the game should be loading here in just a second. All right, here we go. As you can see, the area is vast, really cool looking. Says they may have the number advantage, but we definitely got the edge and the brain and muscle. All right, so here is our actual choosing of weapons. We got different specs on each one, as you can see. Each one does its own thing, and of course, you already know I'm going to go with this one right here. Absolutely just amazing all around. So let's go ahead and see how far we can get without dying this time. Combat's fairly simple, but I'm telling you, towards the end, it gets really difficult. We're going to fight all the way up to our first boss fight, because the boss fights in this are actually really freaking epic. These green orbs right here are going to be for our life on our wrist. We can double jump, which is cool. You can really kind of take it how you want as far as combat goes, but you really got to avoid a bunch of stuff later on. It gets really wild and crazy. And it's all about choosing the right specs for what you have to go and fight against. I like it because the area definitely has a bunch of things going on. There's different ways you could go via your map. And each playthrough is kind of like randomly generated, but at the same time you kind of know what's going on. The enemies are kind of in different locations, but not really at the same time. All right, here we go. Oh, there we go. Let's kick their butts. All right, let's see what kind of upgrades we got next. Let's see here. This increases summons fire rate. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. We can heal up here with our robot friend. And we also have side quests here that we could get items and things alike if we collect the things they want. We even got a chef right here, which is nice. Not really sure what that does. Haven't unlocked that yet. Different areas to go to. So each playthrough gives you a reason to go back and go through each area more than once. Ooh, it looks like we got a little unlock here. All right, so we got some collectibles, which is nice. I haven't found that before, so I'm glad we got that now. Take different angles and approaches on this. Super sick for sure. No doubt about it. Yeah, take that. Definitely need to get myself a new weapon here soon. I feel like this weapon does not fire as fast as I would like it to. Go ahead and follow our map. Yeah, here we go. We got some more baddies. But it really is just played how you want to. And I'm telling you, this is on the easier difficulty, the discovery. difficulty, but once you get to some of these higher difficulties, it gets absolutely wild with all the bullets flying around everywhere. And I gotta give props to the developers to porting this over. It really is super clean. It runs just phenomenally. No stutters at all so far. And with all the effects and everything on screen, it runs great. Really feels like it's a native VR game, which is exactly what we want here. Alright, so when we level up, we actually have a perk selector here. So each perk is kind of like a card you get to select, which is different. This one is every 4 shots increases your next weapon shot by damage 60%. Every 5 seconds, the next bash fire. We'll go with this one right here. We basically could take that. Tempo shots, auto critical, increase heavy damage. We'll take that. And we'll move on to the next area here. All right, we got an S on that one, so let's continue here. I do love that. Loading screens are pretty nice, and kind of got like this comic book thing going on when you go into each area, which is nice for the story. Really, really neat. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what she has to say. Says, by the way, Guardian, thanks for helping me thus far. No problem. We got the fireflies, or dragonfly, should I say, floating around. Got the water effects. Really nice. All right, let's see what we got this time. Ooh, we got a fire extinguisher. So it increases alt damage. You know we're going with the fire extinguisher for sure. Heal up if we can. What we got over here? All right, so the cook, the soda bottle, reloading has a 25% chance. And then taking down a burning enemy. Ooh, okay, we'll go with this one right here. Oh, I can't get him yet, I get. Oh, yes, okay. All right, that's fine. No problem. Yeah, look at that fire damage just ripping through stuff. And boy, I just can't get over how smooth everything is and feels. I believe you can carry 2 weapons. Yeah, there we go, because there's my pistol over here. Alright, let's keep going. The addition of the mini-map on your wrist just makes things so much easier for navigation. Look at that enemy. Holy cow, look at that. It's like a big old snail. Bust out my pistol here. We had like a shield on him. We gotta take the shields off first. That fire damage, though, is wrecking. Definitely dig it. Alright, let's keep on proceeding here. Holy cow, they just came out of nowhere. Some of these corners are deadly. If you're just kind of, like, it really gives, like, Borderlands, like, Overwatch feel to it in VR. So if you're into those type of games, this is definitely something you want to check out. The only thing this game is lacking at the moment, if you ask me, is co-op. I'm telling you, you throw this in co-op and play it on the higher difficulties, you would be all set. Game would absolutely decimate most games that are supposed to be native VR if you threw co-op in here. Ooh, let's check this out. Yes, we're dual wielding now. Look at that. Look at that. Freaking dual wielding. Hey, who's shooting at me? Yeah, take that. Might be a little bit slower, but I think we can exchange our pistol. Yes. All right, so now we're rolling with the pistol and fire, which is great. Heck yeah, dude. Let's pull out the fire here so you can exchange weapons on the run. Yeah, take that. Take that. Heck yeah, dude. This game is so sick. Absolute awesome. You got the awesome music to go with it too. It's just so smooth. I think that's what really has this game doing its thing, and kudos to the developers for getting this thing running like it's supposed to be in VR. I mean, it truly does feel native in every single way. Plenty of options, settings, and everything for you too, so there is that. That is one thing the developers made sure they had, which which I absolutely love. You know I'm a settings guy. You gotta have the basics if you want to turn your game into VR. This totally has everything you need, from offsets to smooth turning, snap turning, everything in between. What I like to do is I like to grab the guns and see which one's better for me while I'm moving through the environment. So far, so good. We're going to keep what we have. Just wrecking stuff with this fire at the moment. Nice. Alright, what's this? We go in here? Heck yeah, what is going on here? Alright, it's got like a little bonus area, I guess you could say. Ooh, I definitely screwed up there. Oh, dang. You can actually like power slide, which is cool. Alright, what does it want to give me? We've got more energy. What's this? Increase weapons ammo by 50%? Yes, definitely will take that. Thank you. Nice, moving right on. Alright. Go ahead and see if we can't find an area we haven't been to yet. You can get kind of lost, but that's when this map comes in handy. As long as you're following the areas where you have not gone or have not opened up on the map, you're pretty much good to go. Alright, we leveled up. Let's see. Gathering a hell cell generates 1 point for 2 seconds. Increases elemental damage. We'll take this one. But I forgot to tell you, we have special powers when you right-click your thumbstick in. This guy chose to have a little power bubble that protects you, which is great. You kind of see it activate there. All right, what is this thing? Oh, I like that. But I think the fire is still just a little bit better at the moment. We will definitely keep rolling with fire here. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, a Tommy gun? Oh, man. I think I might replace that with these guys. So that will roll with the Tommy gun in this. You are fast, but I always cross the finish line before you do. Ooh, let's look at this. Well, it's kind of like a shotgun. I'll definitely keep my fire for the moment. So if you beat certain areas fast enough, you also can open these areas. Obviously, we're moving a little slow here. That's fine. Kind of showing you the game. Really, what I like about this is the end bosses, which are really sick. Alright, we unlocked a new class there. Sick. Alright, let's keep pushing forward here. So it's made to really just get through the time as fast as you can here with the levels. Let's see what this bad boy does. Our Tommy gun. Yeah, take that. I really like this fire. Freaking so sick. But we also got knives. I'll stray away from that. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're like picking up everything, because there's like a weaponry, kind of like a beastery type thing. It lets you keep track of all the weapons you picked up, and trust me, there is like hundreds of them. Let's go. Let's keep pushing. Let's do it. Nice. Alright, so here we go. Here is our first boss. And this is so cool. This right here reminds me of The Legend of Zelda. Link to the Past. Oh, crap. Where you're fighting those, like, centipedes or whatever. Holy crap. Whoa. Whoa. Holy crap. This one's... Take that. Take that. Holy moly. Insane. Oh, it's coming for me. Shh. Nikes. All right, we got him. We got him. As you can see, the boss fights are just absolutely wild looking. Absolutely wild. All right, we'll continue on here. That pretty much is how the gist of the game works here. You really want to unlock all the characters. Try to collect all the weapons that you possibly can. Tons of replayability here. And you kind of just keep going on and on and on here. Each level is kind of different, and you definitely want to make sure that you're swapping your weapons as soon as possible to keep up with the difficulty of bad guys. You know, there's a ton of new scenery here, which is nice. Really, really cool. Tons of replayability. Let's see. We'll definitely go with the increased damage for sure there. It's almost kind of like you're building out a character all the way. And then when you die, you basically have to start all over. So it's kind of like you want to run as far as you can into the game for all those perks and points and all the other stuff in between. All right, there we go. There's a slower rate for me, but it definitely is a higher damage weapon. I think it's just so cool, all the different stuff that you can get. The variety of weapons is great. It really, really adds to this game like nobody's business. But this is only available on pcvr and PlayStation VR 2 at the moment. This is the pcvr version. I probably should have mentioned that in the beginning. My fault. But one hell of a port. And I'm telling you, they really revamped all of this to work perfectly in VR. Very, very impressive. Very, very cool. If you're into those type of games or you're just collecting and shooting things, very Overwatchy and Borderlands-like, I think anybody that's a fan of those type of games or just looking for something new and different, this is definitely something you want to check out. So links will definitely be down below. If you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let me know what kind of robots you're running, what build you're using, and what kind of setup you have, because this is absolutely freaking awesome. Super cool. We will see y'all in the next video.